it's not just about CAD jockeys, a bunch of BIM elites that are trying to push technology into a process. It's more or less figuring out how to hack the process and do something just a little bit different so that we start to piece together different ways of working to build a better built environment.
I think just showing an example of what can be done, and with a little bit of extra help. I mean, we have an extra programmer, and we have an architect, and we have a few people from our internal team, and it's just there's a lot of good ideas floating around there, and kind of making an incubator space to make some of these things happen is what we need.
Especially as an architect, like I don't really interact a lot with actual constructors and like general managers, so it was really cool.
We don't have a department.
Yeah.
We're foremen in the field to give us their commitments for the next day's work, and then be able to status out in the field as well what they did or didn't get done. And so this enables them to communicate that back. Right now it's in status mode, so anything green is complete, and it gives you a % complete up here. But before that, they would commit, and they would be yellow, so you'd see what they were planning on doing. And then at the end of the day, they would say what they actually got done. Right now, what we usually use is a Gantt chart, which is just a list, and it's not very intuitive. You don't really see what that work means. As to where here, it's spatial, it's obvious, and it's really visual.
I think we'll have like a prototype running. I think we'll have 2 prototypes running. Basically, these guys over here are working on like weather, radiation, and solar kind of data viewer.
Okay.
And then we're working on like the BIM viewer for live data together with the guy from Siemens.
Okay.
I think like we'll have like some combination of those 2 working.
We've hooked up an architectural design and rendering system to geographic data. We're mining information that eliminates the need for a developer and an architect to each do individual work and pass it back and forth.
Yesterday we tried some like parametric tool to build to kind of like cut the floor outlines from our model and then export it to AutoCAD, so we can kind of like streamline our workflow a little bit.
On the back of this card, we decided to put the digital fabrication model that these types of machines, we use these types of machines to build these types of houses. And so using augmented reality and image recognition, once the camera sees the marker there, there's the model of the home. And this is actually from the fabrication model itself. So that's what we're showing here, is how you can use the fabrication model, and there was no post-production in getting this model ready for this.
Previous VR systems would be anywhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $50,000. And the reason why is they would do a tremendous amount of processing on the headset itself. Whereas this is just the display and a bunch of sensors for rotation and pitch and yaw. The Oculus Rift is basically a giant LCD screen. This is what's getting projected on the inside of this screen. These 2 images are mapped to your left and right eyes, and when you put on the Rift, there's actually a lens. And what this lens does is it takes this image and it actually projects it, so you have almost complete peripheral vision.
Pebble's kind of cool, it's programmable, you can make it change watch faces and do things. Some of the things I want to do is, like, let's say you're on a site and you have your phone in your pocket and you really can't be digging around, but you get a message or something. You can actually send a command to tell the phone to read your SMS and emails in voice. I just finished programming, so I click on this button, and it'll go back and read the last SMS in voice. You can't hear it, but yeah, you didn't hear it very well, but there you go.
This is our Gamma prototype. It basically consists of a monocular light engine attached to a visor. It's got an earpiece and a phone pod on the back, and this becomes essentially the brain of the system.
Pretty cool they were able to do it here at Facebook. It's kind of a little bit different world compared to the world that we work in construction.
We basically solve all the world's problems. Yes.